Welcome. Let's plays. Gameplays. DIY projects. 2. Arcade gaming. Snowly Games. What's going on? ZmanTheTech here, and I want to thank you for tuning in to Snowly Games. As always, I appreciate you very much. As you can see, we're taking a look at the YOK, and I don't know if I pronounced this right or not, YOK or YOK. I've covered the brand before with a grip for the Switch, but this one in particular is a set of wireless controllers with dongles for the SNES Classic. And yeah, I just kind of want to give my impressions on them. In case you've seen these floating around, I got mine from Gamestop, and as you can see, they were on clearance. But in fact, they were even further on clearance because everything on clearance on that particular day or set of days was actually 50% off. So I got them for roughly about $5 each. And I already have the 8BitDo receiver and 8BitDo SNES game pads, which I will admit are more superior, but I was looking for an additional option. And yeah, so for $5 a piece, I figured I'd give it a shot. And yeah, so just a little closer up here. Here's the pad here, the standard pad. I've only seen colors as far as blue and red for them. Interesting thing though, I don't know if I could show this off very well on the camera. However, it seems to be somewhat of analog, but I think it's just it's a bit of both, analog and digital. It's hard to explain, but basically, you know, we'll show it off the controller first here. So what we have is I have a standard little pad here for SNES, all of your face buttons, shoulder buttons. Shoulder buttons are actually clicky. Not a big fan of that, but at least you'll know if you pressed it or not. I will say that it is definitely, with the tactile approach, you can definitely tell if you press the button. It is a reassurance for sure. So if you look closer here, you have auto, turbo, and off functionality, which I never really use. I mean, I guess it would be ideal for I don't know, Mortal Kombat or something, for like the test your might if you want to cheat. You know, that's if your SNES Classic is special. But anyway, yeah, so interesting thing about this is that when you first get them, it comes standard like this, right? And underneath, if you can see, there is a stick that goes down from this. Like, this part isn't supposed to come off, but it is kind of like, it's supposed to help you reach all axes, but unfortunately I've tested it and it doesn't really work as well as it's boasting here. And of course the number one game to test would be Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So unfortunately, I will confirm that either with this or the standard D-pad, I've noticed no difference when it comes to reaching all axes, unfortunately. So I did want to point that out. Now the buttons themselves, they have a decent press to them. As you can hear, overall it's very light and plasticky, to be honest with you. But the functionality and the ease of use makes it a good option, especially if you can get it for $5 a piece. I mean, why not? You know, it's actually not bad at all for the price. Any more than that, I probably would say, you know, definitely pass on that one. Save your monies for the 8BitDo. But for what it is and the price that I got it for, if you can get it for that price and you're interested, I would say go for it. Unlike the 8BitDo receiver, this one is specific to the SNES Classic. Now, I haven't tried the NES Classic because I don't have it, so I can't really attest for that. But I did try the plugging it into a Wiimote to use it as a classic controller for Wii/Wii U, and it did not work. As opposed to the 8BitDo receiver, which does work. It is compatible when plugging it into a Wii remote. So, just to confirm, that does not work. So don't go into it looking to, try to do that, because it's not going to work, unfortunately. And it takes standard AAA batteries, a couple of those. So yeah, there's not much else to say, other than that. It's for the money. If you can get them for about $5 each, I think it's worth to have for an additional option if you want to use a wireless solution and you can't afford the 8BitDo or just don't have the 8BitDo at the time. So it's a good alternative. There is no latency, which is the most important thing. I didn't notice any latency whatsoever. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. What more could you ask for the money? This feels very light and airy as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to keep this one short. There's not too much to say, other than it's a good affordable option. There is no latency. Don't expect to be able to play input command games, unfortunately, like Street Fighter or anything like that. But it feels great with Super Mario World, Zelda, pretty much everything. It feels comfortable. It feels great, comfortable, besides the shoulder buttons that are tactile approach and kind of rather clicky. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this review. Kind of a quick review, first impressions kind of a deal. If you've seen these floating around, just beware of what I mentioned. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you like what you saw, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Remember to keep it locked to Snelly Games for all of your indie game, third-party game, and tech review coverage. Thanks so much.